We're at Glenfair Lanes in Glendale for the title matches of today's JBT events. We've got both divisions at once here. That's top seed Austin Thompson in the handicap division, looking to join his younger brother Trevor as JBT champions. He has dominated this tournament from the very beginning in a way in which you cannot beat. But he's still got to win one more match in the classic format step ladder final. While over here in the scratch division, Acuff is the top seed. He's looking to become one of the very few bowlers in JBT history with 10 or more titles by winning his 10th year, but he's got to get by Kyle King to do it.
Lefties love Glenfair.
Time leader in everything, just about. On tours, and that's opening double for Derek. This is Kyle's second frame. He struck in the first, so he's looking to tie it up here. And instead will trail by 9 if he converts that 2-pin. Austin in the red over here is giving 27 pins to his opponent Jake Hilton. Jake is sitting down on the purple. We'll meet him in just a second. And as much as Austin dominated this tournament, his last 3 games were not nearly as good as his first 5. And right now that's his second open in those first 3 frames. Hilton went spare open to open up his match. Does the old no thumb thing with the plastic ball. Yeah, that time gets it right in the 1-3 and carries them all. There's a little bit of everything going on right now here in Glendale. We're trying to sneak the camera in between these 2 walls. Kyle escaped, and I mean escaped, from the semifinal match. 190 to 186 over to always tough Jacob Buttriff. Riley, could you ask Jacob and Derek to sit anywhere else? And again, Kyle comes up light and leaves a 2-pin. We love looking at Derek and Jacob's backs. We'd much rather watch Austin Thompson bowl. That's a ball coming on the screen. It's a ball change, and that time it doesn't get back up. It looks to me like Austin's throwing the ball just as fast as he can. And sometimes when you do that, you lose a little bit of the fundamental mechanics. So he's, rather than move in, it looks like he just wants to continue throwing the same line he's throwing all day long. Sometimes that works, other times not so much. Of course, the last time we saw Derek on JBT TV, we know what happened. He threw 12 in a row for a perfect game in the title match. And wow, that's only the front 3 right there, but that was significantly left of target, and it came all the way back for an early 3-bagger. So only 9 more to become the first bowler to ever throw back-to-back 300s in the title match in JBT history. Only 2 bowlers have ever thrown 300s in JBT title matches, this young man and, of course, Matt Jones way back in 2001. We're getting way ahead of ourselves, of course, and now we can forget about it, as that's basically what his 12th shot did in the 300, except the 510 actually fell in that game. This time it's a light hit 510. When Derek can throw those, and again I don't mean this critically, those lefty darts, he is really, really tough to beat. That shot opened up for him. Really was kind of there all day for him. He just bowled pretty well. He's been up and down. We'll talk about that after he brilliantly converts that 510. Not a hard shot for a lefty, but still executed perfectly. Something. Boy, Austin throwing the ball so fast, he's got things falling off him. I don't know what that was that fell off him on the approach there. Hey Austin, something fell off you on the approach there, you see it? Coming out of his shoes, literally. King has not been locked in on this pair. And continues to not be locked in on this pair. He trailed by at least this much against Buttriff as well. I don't know if spares are going to be enough to catch up to Acuff this time. 57 career titles for the most dominant bowler in our tour's history. One record he no longer holds, by the way, is most JBT tournaments bowled. Cameron Smith over to my right actually caught him in that category while Kyle has been on leave here. So Cameron has a 1 in front of his name in some record at least. There you go. You caught Kyle in most tournaments bowled. Kyle going for the loft trick, and that's what happened in the 10th frame on that lane too. It just got a little squirrely at the break point, especially in the left, and gives himself a little sarcastic self-applause for that shot. Kyle had pretty significant surgery, and that's why we hadn't seen him in a couple months. Also had some other bowling commitments too. Happy to have him back on tour. Happy he's healthy, first of all. I don't know if the rest of the tour is going to agree with it there. See, I had the front nine twice today. Just kind of hung around. Didn't lead after any round. Qualified at plus 108 after 5 and 287 with his bonus pins after 8. Medium pace scoring tournament today. We bowled on a deep into the Kegel pattern library. It's the 06 German Open. 39-foot pattern. That's your classic mid-length pattern. A lot of slope to it, so there is plenty of room to play. And a 4.7 ratio, meaning the oiliest boards to the driest boards. Around 9 is your heavy-duty house shot, and 2 to 1 is pure sport. So similar to middle road, really, in terms of degree of difficulty, which reflected itself in the cut. Took a score of -3 to make the cut today and scratched, so right at a 200 average. 30 down made the cut in handicap. And if Austin Thompson wants to get himself back in this match, he's gonna have to recover. Austin would have been in second in the scratch division after 5 games today. He bowls just about every JBT. He's literally bowled every JBT event in the last couple months. And he just came out on massive in fuego today. Here's his card. These are the scratch totals: 236, 257, 226, 228, 245, to be plus 289 after 5 games today. But since then, his scratch scores in the semis were 195, 169, 186. So he's cooled off quite a bit, and he's going to struggle to get to even those numbers right now. King's still lofting it, gets the carry that time. Has yet to double, but he's spared everything that he's left. As a result, he trails by 23 and can cut it to 13 here in the 7th. You don't let Kyle King hang around. He's got a chance in those late frames. He has been brilliant his whole career at comebacks, title matches, other points of tournaments. But he has not looked comfortable at all in this left-hand lane. Even more loft, perhaps. And there it is. Said for years that nobody knows his own physical game better than Kyle. He's just got so many tricks, so fundamentally sound, so knowledgeable about how to get perfectly dialed in on lanes. If Derek can hang on and win this match, he will become just the 25th bowler in JBT history to win 10 more titles. That's in 16 years and just shy now of 1,000 tournaments worth of bowling. So, unbelievably difficult task to win one JBT event, let alone 10. Yes, sir. I don't yet. I didn't get the cards till yesterday. I'm fast, but not that fast. Do I know what? No, I haven't touched video. Cards are over at the table if you want to see them. Jacob is panicking about the Mojave Conference points.
Oh, sad.
And Austin does get a strike here in the 8th. To have any chance at all, he's got to go off the sheet and get some help. Oh, there we go. All right. That's the kind of bowling he did an awful lot of earlier today. After that solid 9, Acuff saws that rack apart in the 8th. But it's got to be an ominous feeling as King steps up with that double working and can take the lead if he can strike in the 8th and the 9th. Right on. Cool, thank you. We'll add it to the prize fund. Big shot, obviously, for King. Now, right there in the 1-3, beautiful. And a nice spare from Hilton as well. So he's got a crack at being in the 180s scratch. That's going to be enough to win this title. This is Jake's 2nd career top 5. He had a top 5 in the Best in the West earlier. A lot of help from Martinez's, kind of getting him on tour, giving him some tips and some pointers. Improved greatly. Entered today at a 139 average. That's up 20 some odd pins from what he started the year at. So improving, he's going to add a really big plaque to his collection today. King loves it, and he's sure as he takes the lead by sawing out that 8 pin. However, Derek's got a strike in of his own here, so he's still got a lot to do about it. King can strike out for 244. Acuff can win the tournament before Kyle gets up again if he takes the lead back here and strikes out on the 10th for 247. So it's on his hand. Yep, everybody in the building knew that ball needed a push. That was a lot further right of target and directionally right as well. That's a huge miss for him right there. Huge non-strike. Now, the best he can do is strike out for 227. King already at a 223 pace. So if Acuff doubles in the 10th, it will force King to get the first one in the 10th. Well, disappointment for Austin is, you know, bowlers in the last 60 years since we've had step ladders have gone through the same thing, blow through a tournament field, and you still have to win one more game. And it's not going to happen this time for him, so Trevor's still the only champ in the Thompson family, but I believe Austin's ahead of him in all conference points. So Austin has been consistent throughout the season. He's only 13, he's got plenty of time, he's going to get those wins, I can promise you that. Now, that 9 count, Derek only in the 2 teens, so the King is only going to have to mark to win. Second game in a row that Kyle's opponents have started out with a 3-bagger, but it's not necessarily how you start out in bowling, it's how you finish. Austin unfortunately knows that right now, and Derek about to get that same bitter lesson here. Spare it up, you never know. Again, King hasn't looked great on this spare until the last 4 frames. Count somewhat important here. Still important that Derek gets at least 8 on this ball. Random stranger coming through. Gotta love it. Oh, and for the this is the 3rd time in a month that a rotten fill ball has changed the complexion of this match. You know, 9 outs is good enough. There's a tie, right? 124, 154, 183, 02, 11. I guess that was just enough. Anyway, Mark wins. Mark wins. He grabbed it. Oh, I can't believe it. You probably heard Riley say, oh my God, up to the right. He grabbed the heck out of that ball, checked up just a little early, and now, for a guy who has won 57 times, all he has to do is convert the 4-6-10 in the 10th frame to win. If he makes it, he wins. Anything less would be a loss. Well, he's done literally about everything else. Here we go. Not to be, and Derek Acuff is a 10-time champ in the most surprising of ways. Good sportsmanship from King, and by the way, Jake Hilton is a 1-time JBT champion, wins his first career JBT title as well. Uh-oh, it's another lorry entrance. And we're going to see Austin Thompson again too real soon. Good job by all 4 finalists. We will see you again tomorrow for more action. You just never know what's going to happen in JBT.